we got to really learn how to do the relationship stuff virtually. We got to be human together on the screen. Early on, a couple of my clients said the same thing. They said all of our communications become transactional. You know, the only reason I meet with you is because we need to do something specific, and then we're done. Um, and part of that was just because everything was all crazy and we were trying to get everything done really quickly. But one of the things that we started to lose was, how do you have that informal, casual kind of human connection? And it's doable online, but it takes, you know, a little effort and some changing of some habits probably.
Yeah, well, that reminds me of one of our clients that is using Gather Voices. They've actually asked people questions like, you know, what's one thing you learned about yourself during quarantine times, and things like that that probe a little bit about who they are, and then letting them share that, you know, in video that they then can share out. And there's something about that asynchronous thing, you know, where people can record when they're ready, that's different than the Zoom thing, which is like, we're all going to be on this thing. And it seems like there's more meetings, there's more time, there's more visible things, and it's exhausting.
Yeah.
So is there, can we do this? Can we do some of this in an asynchronous way? I mean, you talked about the supervision thing. If you just try to impose that traditional supervision, then you're going to be in meetings all the time,
Right.
which is one complaint that I've been hearing.
Yeah, no, we have a client that struggled specifically because they had built a culture that was very inclusive in their decision making. Like, you, if there was a big decision, you often got a lot of people in the room to get a lot of voices in the room. That's just how they did it. But they did it because they were in person. You could walk by someone's desk and say, "Hey, there's a big meeting. I want your voice in the room. Can you jump over here?" And usually they like could. Now they're in another Zoom meeting. You know what I mean? Because you literally can't get the same number of voices in the room. So this organization actually had to make some decisions about, are we going to not abandon, but are we going to shift our culture a little to say, look, in this environment, we literally can't involve the same number of people. But that's where the asynchronous piece could come in. How do you get input from people without them being in the room, you know? And that's, they hadn't had to explore that before when they were all in person. And so now they're trying to figure it out.